Hello everybody, it's Doom here, and yes, you read the title correct. Every single Spirit Halloween animatronic for 2025 has been revealed. Kinda. So today I'll be going over all the animatronics released already, the good, the bad, and the
hell no, man.
And of course, I'll be trying to make out what every single one of these animatronics are. Yep, this is gonna be a long video. Starting off with the Mutant Sewer Rat here, and they obviously make him look a lot more prettier for the videos here. As you can see in these stock photos, he doesn't really look nearly as good. He is not that huge. He's not that, I mean, he's large for a rat, of course, but he's not large for an animatronic. He's only 4 feet tall, with a price tag of $230 and only 2 animations. And of course, I'm going to compare it to the Morris one from a few years back, which was another mutant rat animatronic. And I think I do prefer the Morris one, although this one does have a much cooler head sculpt. The Morris one had a lot more animation and was much taller, obviously. It had the moving arms, the moving head, and the moving mouth. This one just has the moving mouth and the moving head. So yeah, no moving arms for this one. And I think since SVI does a lot of animation and a lot of their props, they definitely could have done that. And yeah, then it would be a little bit more worth the money. But even so, $230 is a steep price tag for any animatronic that isn't 6 feet tall. I have to say that this one definitely isn't the best of the lineup. But he definitely isn't the worst either. I'd say he's like a solid mid prop. And yeah, that's just the best way to describe this one. Now, going to the Night Owl animatronic, this one is a really interesting one. At first we all thought it was Owl Beast. I'm pretty sure that's still what it said. But yeah, Night Owl here is an interesting animatronic. It is 6 feet and has a 5.5-foot-ish wingspan, which is pretty huge. I mean, it's obviously huge in person. As you can see, he is absolutely huge, and in person he's just going to look even huger. It's going to have like the same sort of Bobby Strings effect where everyone is just going to be absolutely blown away by how massive he is. But the problem is, he only has that one wing animation, and yeah, he would just be so much better and so much more worth the $250 price if he had some head movement and some mouth movement. And he's SVI as well, so he's SVI as you can see right here, so he could have some servo movement, and that would have made him so much better. But no, he's another just mid one, I guess. But yeah, a missed opportunity for sure. They could have done so much with Owl Beast. Tell me what your guys' thoughts on this one is. Do you think he's worth the $250 price tag? And do you think he should have had a bit more animation than just the wings moving? Jumping to my favorite of the lineup so far, we have the 5'8" Valk animatronic from the Nun. And it just looks absolutely amazing. That face sculpt is just epic. And I can even compare this to Emmeline in terms of movement. This has a lot of lunging animation. I kind of predicted that it wouldn't have a bottom lunge animation from the base, but it would instead pop out like from the middle, as I said in my last video, and I was correct. But honestly, I think I still prefer the Emmeline animation to this. Emmeline has a lot more of a lunge, but Emmeline does take up a lot more space in the back, The nun definitely does too, but Emmeline takes up a huge amount of space. But I think I prefer it taking up lots of space and having a big lunge than it taking up a little bit of space and having a smaller lunge. So yeah, I think I still prefer Emmeline, but in terms of detail, this just blows Emmeline out of the park just because of that awesome face sculpt, the hands, and like it just looks so perfect to the movie and everything. And yeah, I just love this animatronic, and they did a really good job with this in capturing Valk from the Nun. Oh boy, now here we have Twofaced Teddy. And everyone thought this was a teddy bear. No one thought it was just going to be a clown named Teddy. And yes, this is a very disappointing thing because we really had our hopes up for this. I had a really awesome concept for this too. So yeah, I'm very disappointed that we didn't get a teddy bear and instead just got this budget clown prop, who isn't even that budget friendly. He's $230. You do better at the Home Depot. And he just has one animation of just the head spinning, and it's not really good. He's also got the same face sculpt as Poor George, head and back. So they just had that face sculpt. They're like, huh, what do we do with this? Might as well just turn it into another animatronic. It's basically just a filler prop for the lineup. And yeah, I don't know what to say about this. I'm just so disappointed in Crazy Create because they just made such amazing animatronics, like Nightcrawler and Bubba, which I have like right over there, right behind my computer. But yeah, they had some really good animatronics, and then they just made Night Terror, which was another huge disappointment, and now they're making this, which is just as big of a disappointment. Okay, maybe not just as big of a disappointment, but it's still a disappointment. But heading to one I didn't think I needed to return, but I definitely do. This guy is just amazing, and I'm so glad he's returning. Electrified Corpse is just a great animatronic, and I'm so glad that they decided to return this. I didn't know I needed him, but I guess I do now, and if this one does come to stores, which I'm praying it does, it doesn't say online only here. So hopefully it does actually come to stores. And I probably pick this one up. I'd do my best to try to pick this one up, because he would just go perfect with this DIY animatronic that I'm doing right now. I did post a teaser for that on my channel just a couple of days ago, but this guy would go absolutely perfect for the display I'm planning with those zombies. So yeah, make sure to stay tuned for my DIY animatronic zombie real soon. Now, the Psychotic Circus of Savannah identified all the props on the Spirit Halloween leak right here, and this is what I'm showing you guys. This is what you guys probably all clicked on the video for. But yes, as you can see here, every single animatronic, except Grave Danger for some reason, is on this right here. So yeah, I'm going to be talking about each and every one of them, just trying to distinguish what is actually happening in these images or what it is. So yeah, let's jump right in with our first one, which is Jack the Reaper. Now, I actually thought a Jack the Reaper animatronic was coming last year, as someone heard that someone said that worked for Spirit Halloween said that a Jack the Reaper was coming last year. So it definitely could have been, and they just moved it to this year, like they did with other animatronics from this year as well. Were supposed to release last year, like Silent and Deadly. But as you can see, Jack the Reaper here, it does look like he's the hanging one for some reason, because there is this, there's this thread or something that's going to the top, so it kind of looks like the hanging one. I really hope they're not hyping up a hanging one. But it looks like he's also got some fog coming out here, so he might be a fogger animatronic as well. And he's got this long robe, the two hands, and the red eye, of course. And yeah, I really hope he's going to be awesome. I don't know what these are for. I think some of the photos have this on the side, and most of them just have the QR code. So if anyone can tell me what this means, please let me know. Hopefully that doesn't mean like online only or something. But yeah. Oh, they might be inbox only, and some might be in display. But yeah, I'm not sure. If anyone can identify for that for me, just make sure to let me know down in the comments. Next we have Headcase Harry. And I think this is just going to be a regular clown. I don't know if this is going to have anything to do with a head case, because head case obviously means insane. In my concept art, I did say that it was going to be like a guy with a case full of heads or something, which would have been really cool and a really cool play on words. But yeah, I think it's just going to be another clown. I do see some blood on there, which is really interesting, really neat that they're having some blood on a clown animatronic, because it's been a minute. Yeah, it's been a minute since they've had this much blood on a clown prop, so I'm excited for that. But yeah, this guy is... Yeah, it's really hard to make it out, but it doesn't look like he has anything too special to him other than just being a clown prop. But hopefully he has some cool animation. Maybe he could be something like a servo animatronic like Grim. Since he's not holding anything, he could just be like a Grim reskin, which no one would complain about that. A clown Grim reskin would definitely sell well. Next we have Crypt Countis. Again, not very much to make out here, but she does look pretty cool. I can't really say that, but like, it looks like she's going to have like this mummified person approach, mummified woman. Probably gonna end up looking something like the Crypt Keeper. Probably similar face sculpt or something like that. And it looks really tall for some reason as well. But maybe that's just the long dress. It's just because it looks small up there. So I'm hoping it's not a Mr. Dark reskin. If it is, I'm going to crash out because we're getting too many Mr. Dark reskins as we have another one this year. But yeah, hopefully that's not what it is. But yeah, it looks pretty cool. Next we have Bullseye, and out of all the ones, this is the easiest one to make out because you can clearly see the red and white pattern of a bullseye. You can see his head sticking out there, his hands on the side, and his yellow pants. Looks like he's going to be like a shorter clown, probably not super tall, because he would just have to be really disproportionate and having a huge head and really short legs. Which he probably is going to be disproportionate, but I'd imagine this guy is going to be a bit shorter just so this big bullseye is also storable. As for animation, he's probably going to end up being shorter just because this bullseye wouldn't be storable if it was actually huge. But yeah, he looks pretty neat. I think it would be really cool if his head spinned or the wheel spinned or something like that, but we'll just have to see for now what that's going to be like. Over Yoonghee, because I talked about her in my last video, make sure to go check out that because I also talked about some of the themes as well. But then we have Monkey Business down here, and I actually figured it out. I think this is going to be a guy, or a clown obviously, holding a cage with a monkey in it. I think that's likely what it's going to end up being like, so that is pretty cool. Mutant Sewer Rat, we already talked about him. Trixie, now it looks like she's holding a bag down here. At first I actually didn't think Trixie was an actual animatronic, that's why I didn't make a concept art for her. I thought she was going to be a zombie baby or something, so this is a really pleasant surprise. But yeah, she looks like a really unique, I don't know if she's a clown. Trixie definitely sounds like a clown name. But this clothing just doesn't look like normal clown clothing. But she's obviously clenching a bag with both of her hands. This might be like a jack-o'-lantern or something too, likely is. Or even like a jack-o'-lantern treat bucket. She might be a trick-or-treater of some sort. But yeah, it's really hard to make out what it is here, but looks pretty cool. Already talked about Owl Beast, but over here we have Trick-or-Treat Pete. And this guy looks like he has a really large head for some reason. It's just really large to his body, so that is interesting. It looks like he might be holding a bucket of candy corn or basket of candy corn or something yellow in there, obviously. I doubt it's like coins or anything, so he's probably got a candy bag of some sort. And yeah, it's a clown, of course, like I predicted. And He might have similar animation to what I predicted. There might be something that pops out of his treat bag, but we can only wait to see. We have Santa Art the Clown. Now, I really hope Santa Art the Clown has different animation than Art the Clown. I hope that's not just like a simple reskin with a Santa hat and the Santa clothes, because then they might as well have just sold the clothing that people could just put on the regular Art the Clown. I think that's a horn right there, so yeah, I think it's going to be pretty similar. I think it's going to be just a reskin, unfortunately, but it'd be really cool if it wasn't. Victor and Emily are returning, and we already talked about Valk. Next page here we have Back Ben Bonnie, and I am really excited about this one. As you can see here, she has this red dress, looks very vintage. She's got this pale face as well. I hope she has like white or bloodshot eyes. I think that'd be really cool. But oddly enough, I don't see anything to do with like her bending her back here. If it was a Broken Spine Girl reskin, they would probably have her in that stance, like Broken Spine Girl is in her photo, where her back is bent and her head is like upside down. I think that's how they would have photoed this if it was like that. We'll just have to wait and see what her animation is, because I am excited to see. Next we have Fire Demon, and this guy actually reminds me a lot of Forest Demon, just the way that his clothes are like draping like that. I think it could be really cool to have a reskin of Forest Demon as Fire Demon, because Forest and Fire is kind of like an element. Really similar name as well. So I think that would be possible. His horns also remind me of Forest Demon, so that's another thing. But he's also got this like light up chest and light up face, like smoldering, like we've seen with many other demon props. So yeah, I think it's gonna be quite a bit like your average demon prop, but I think I have some hope for this guy to be really cool as well. So I just hope that they nail that face sculpt and nail the chest sculpt and nail the animation for sure. We have Twisted Grandma, and she's actually different from in her concept art photos, which I really like. She's now in a bathrobe or something like that, or pink dress, instead of being in that whatever that clothing was. And I hope they also change the face sculpt up a little bit, because I don't really like I didn't really like the look of that one. So yeah, Twisted Grandma is gonna have a new appearance or a new look to her than in the concept art, which I'm really hyped for. But I think the animation is just gonna be likely the same. And I think it's even possible that Back Ben Bonnie might have the same sort of animation as Twisted Grandma. I really hope they wouldn't do that though. I mean, they are both techie, but I really hope they aren't gonna do that, because that'd be just that'd be so boring to have this two animatronics that have the same animation. Here we have Sinister Strawman, and I talk about him more in my other videos, so make sure to go check that out. Lantern Keeper, you can actually see a really good photo of him in my other video, so make sure to go check it out ×2. And Cerberus is returning, we knew that already. Night Terror is returning, that's disgusting. But Dark Princess is also returning, glad to see that. Gordo returning, and all these that return basically every year are also returning. So yeah, that is basically the lineup for Danger. We just forgot about him. He's probably just going to be a online only or something like that. But yeah, that was it. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm glad that you guys stuck to the end to be hearing this. And yeah. Anyway, that's going to do it for today's video. I hope you guys all enjoyed, and make sure to tell me down in the comments below which one you are most excited for. I would really like to know. And yeah, with that, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys all in the next video. Doom out.